Welcome, flyers. This next schematic session is going to be brought to you by the 69th Snowboard Detachment Airborne. Oh, it's a snowboard. This is one of the ones I didn't change. I'm sorry. I changed this up to 69th Drone Detachment, and I just made a little drone flying along filming the guy. And so yeah, sorry, it's 69th Drone Detachment. This is one of my old ones from the 69th Snowboard Detachment, but we're still airborne. And anyhow, brought to you by us. Today we're going to talk about block diagram for the DJI Air Unit. Now that's all proprietary stuff, and they don't really want to be releasing too much particulars, but I mean, we can infer a number of things. We know what's going to have to happen in that air unit and basically what it does. Got this old air unit. We'll draw it pretty big because it seems pretty big to some of you guys building smaller quads. Oh, and over there is connected to a little CMOS camera. That's not really a camera symbol, but we're going to call it one. And so there it is, connected to a CMOS camera. This is your whole DJI Air Unit. As if you didn't know that already. And in that, well, we know one thing. It's going to have a video connector for all this data. And this is digital video, if you will. It's off of each of these CMOS sensors. So there's a number of data leads coming directly off that sensor array. And there's going to be a couple things in here. You maybe tap off it, and what do you know? You got a DVR, a digital video recorder in there. It could be in line, or it could be tapped off. And then you got this video signal coming up, and oh, what do you know? You got to go into a VTX, a video transmit. You're going to come out of that thing and go to a little antenna. Or maybe two if they're using time division duplex. So you got both of those going now. That way you got a little bit of built-in diversity. They're using time division multiplexing to do it. And so there you go. There's two of the things, but oh, what do you know? This DJI, if you're using their remote controller, not only is the video going back to your cool goggles to amaze you, but also the radio control signal's coming. And it's not going to a separate receiver like some people, like if you're flying with a Tyrannus, you got a separate, you got this air unit just to do this function. And then you got a separate receiver to receive your, basically, command and control. And this is telemetry, if you will, because this VTX, I'm sure, as well as this receiver. And that receiver is going to tap off of here, and it's going to receive the radio control signals, and somehow demodulate them, digitize them. That'll be a whole nother schematic thing. And what do you know? It's got to go down there. Oh, and this thing too, to get configured, they got to go down there and get on a bus and try to talk to the flight controller. So that's basically what your air unit does. It's got three functions, and it does those three things. You're not using this function if you're using a Tyrannus or a Spectrum or some other kind of radio. But if you're using the DJI remote, this is one link. The video and the command and control and telemetry all share a single link. And it's just done with time division duplex, or time division multiple access is how they call it, like in the satellite world. So anyhow, there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Maybe if you guys like them, we'll have some more ones. We'll do some block diagrams of what's inside this video transmitter and what's really inside here. We don't know exactly, but we know enough to make a block diagram. There's some things that are not secret and can't be left out. You have to have certain components and at least functions, and so we'll deal with that later, but that'll be next time. See you now, and keep on flying.